these increment decrement operators. Again we have two types, right? Either increment or decrement operators. If you look at, we have two different types of operators. We have, what are those? We have pre-increment, right, and post increment. Pre-increment and post increment. In the similar way, we have a decrement operator, pre-decrement and post decrement operators. Pre-decrement and post decrement, right? These are the operators we have seen in the last session. Decrement with an example. So I have asked you to practice a bit more. Hope you are done with that, right? Playing around. Say you can try like this. Okay, so I have a value 10, maybe b value 20. You can just play print of, okay, a plus 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 b or plus b plus plus, something like this. Okay, so plus plus a uh, plus b plus plus, just printing these combinations. Just need to play around doing this. And a plus plus a minus, okay, b plus plus minus minus a, okay, plus a minus minus, combinations. Basically, if you play something like this, and then you would understand clearly. Okay, you'll have to play something like this. Hope you are done. If not, yeah, you'll have to play with these combinations. Okay, unary operators, unary decrement and increment. At the same time, pre-increment, post increment, pre-decrement, post decrement. With all possible combinations, you have to practice. Then only you will be able to in comfortable position. Okay. Then you have unary operators. We have one more operator, unary operator. And what is unary operator? The operator that applies on a single operand, right? The unary operators are the operator that applies on a single operand, correct? That is what unary operator. Unary operator. The unary operators are increment or decrement operators, and we have one more thing called unary minus. Minus. This is about signing, right? Just negating the value. You have a value x value 10, and you are negating it. You are negating it, right? That is what it's all about. Unary minus. I have a x value 10, and when I say minus x, it will be what? Minus 10. That's it, right? It's just negating it. So this is what unary minus. Unary minus. So these are the unary operators we have. Now when it comes to binary things, right? So binary operators, right? When it comes to binary operators, we have many binary operators. Okay, binary operators are nothing but the operators applies on two operands. Okay, it applies on what? Two operands, nothing but two variables, two operands. So you have a x value and you have a y value. Now you can apply on these two variables. The operator can be applied on these two variables, nothing but two operands. So as these two variables involved in an expression, so we can consider these two as operands, two operands. So I can apply an addition on these two variables, x plus y, right? I can apply something like subtraction, x minus y. I can do multiplication. Okay, I can do multiplication. I can do some division operations. Say y is bigger value than this. Y division x. Y division x. So these are basic mathematical arithmetic operations, right? So addition, subtraction, basic maths, right? So these are called arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. So these arithmetic operators, what we have, uh, addition, x plus y. This is what addition, correct? Addition. This is what subtraction. Okay. So no much okay explanation is required. These are straightforward, right? Multiplication, and this is division. There is one more thing. There's one more thing. That is what which you don't see in your mathematics, but it's in mathematics we call it as what percentile, right? Modulus operator. So here in programming, this is going to give as the remainder value. So this we call it as modulo operator. Okay, modulo operator. So these are all considered as arithmetic operators. These are all considered as arithmetic operators. So these arithmetic operators applies on two variables. So we call it as binary. These operators we call it as binary operators. Okay, binary operators. So arithmetic operators, and also like along with that we have relational operators. Relational operators. If we look at the relational operators, these relational operators are also something like we are familiar with these in our mathematics. Okay, so I have x value and y value. I can compare these two values. So x value is what 10 and y value is 20. My x value is greater than y value. That's what 10 is greater than 20 or is less than 20. There is, so we can relate these two and we can compare these two. We can say whether it is lower than this or higher than this, that minimum or max. Or like there is by comparing it, we can say um, this 10 is smallest than 20. The comparison basically. So we are just try to relating this to the comparison, right? So that is where we have different kind of operators. We have different kind of operators to compare two things. So we have less than, is x less than y, is x less than y, is x greater than y, or x and y both are equal. So that's where we have double equals to. In programming languages, to compare two things are both same or not. To compare that we have double equals x double equals to y. In the similar way, both are not same. The opposite in the opposite way we can say, are these same or are not the same? Are not the same? That's a negation. X not equals to y. X equal to y, x not equal to y. And I have something like x less than y. Also I can say or x equal to y. I can combine these two things. I can combine these two things. I can combine these two things and I can have an operator x less than or equal to y as a single expression. So this one and this one both are same. This expression and this expression both are same. X is less than y or x equal to y. So this is going to check, is my x value is lesser than or smaller than y, then it's going to be true, evaluates to true, yes, x is less than y. Or if x and y values are same, in that case also this is going to evaluates to true. So that is what we are checking, both the combinations, x less than or equal to y, x greater than or equal to y, x less than or equal to y, x greater than or equal to y. Okay, so this like this we call these as relational operators. Okay, or few people say comparison operators. They are going to separate these two and say comparison operators. Whatever it is, it's talking about com, two variables comparison, right? It's all about comparing two things. So you can combine these as part of your relational things. You can say relational or comparison operators. Okay, combinedly you can say comparison operators. Okay, relational or comparison operators. Okay, so can we write a small program with this basic things? Okay, so let me take one variable, x variable, and x equal to 10. This is just a variable declaration, and y equal to 20. So I have two variables here, x and y of integer types. Now I am going to directly apply the operators. System.out.println of, okay, I would say this is what string, right? Whatever I'm writing inside double quotes, that goes to the console as it is, meaning that whatever I write, this print as it is to the console, right? So what I wanted to do here is just for our understanding, x plus y is equal, okay, the result I'm going to do it. So now So plus, when I do plus, okay, this plus is going to act as a concatenation operator. So whatever you have here, to that uh, the value is going to concatenate. Whatever I'm writing here, that is going to concatenate. So here I actually performs my sum. Okay, this is something like this. Sum is equal x plus y, and you are keeping the sum here. Okay, you are keeping the sum here. Okay, x plus y, sum of x and y is what? X plus y is equal to sum. This how it is going to okay, how it is going to evaluate the result? The output will be something like x plus y is equal to, it goes to the console as it is, and the result is going to concatenate to that. So some value. What is the sum value? X plus y. X plus y sum value will be here 10 plus 20 30. So the result will be what? X plus y is equal to 30. In a similar way, I can do x minus y here. So subtraction. So if you want to, you can assign to a separate variable, okay, x minus y, and you keep that here, okay, subtraction, or else directly you can apply x minus y here itself. Okay, just for your understanding, here at just beginning level, I'm writing like this. Okay, assigning them into separate variable and giving the variable here in the print logic. So let us run this program. Java C, Java C arithmetic operators example. I'm just compiling it. Do I have any compilation issues? Any compilation issues? No. Let me run this arithmetic operators example. So x plus y is equal to 30, x minus y is equal to minus 10. So that is what. So whatever I have added inside the double quotes, it comes as it is to the console. And the sum, just I'm concatenating this result to this string. Okay, the plus is going to act as a concatenation operator when it applies on the string. Okay, so the plus is applying on the string type, right? This is a string type. So if it is inside double quote, that is considered as what type? String type. Okay, this is integer type, but this is a string type because we are having that inside double quotes. Sum and subtraction. So now you can just play with other operators also. So x division y or x multiplication y. Okay, so now see the difference. Now I'm directly having this, instead of taking into a separate variable and using that variable here, directly I'm giving my expression here because it's a simple expression. So defining another variable is not really required here. Okay, so instead of defining taking another variable, so I'm directly applying it. So x star y, and I just wanted to do x division y. Okay, x division y, and I have one more. What is that? Modulus operator. Okay, so percentage. So we can just apply this. Okay, x percentage y. Okay, these are basic arithmetic operators. These are basic arithmetic operators. Just compile it and execute it. So here you can see x division 0, it doesn't divide, right? So it's returning as 0, then but when you see x mod y, the value is returning as 10. So maybe you can pay attention here. Okay, x division y, right? What is x value? 10. Okay, 10 is going to divide by 20. 10 is going to divide by what? 20. So it doesn't goes, right? So 20 zeros are 0 because it doesn't go like 21's 20, it goes higher than the 10, right? So 10 or 0, the remainder is again 10, as it is a division operator, as it is not going to um, divide anymore. So it simply takes this value and this will be the output. This will be the output. Okay, so this division operator gives this value coefficient, right? And this operator, modulo operator, gives this value. This is what called remainder value. Okay, so modulo operator always gives the remainder value. Modulo operator gives always the remainder value. Say I have a value 5. Okay, I have a value 5. and I'm dividing this by 2, number 2. Then when I apply 5 mod 5 division 2, what will be my output? 5 division 2, 5 division 2, 2 2s are 4. Okay, 2 2s are 4. And what is the remainder value? 1. Okay, now so if I apply this division operator, I'm going to get the coefficient. When I apply this modulus operator, I'm going to get the remainder value. That's all about these two operators and important. Okay, we use this in our programming. Hoping that it's clear. Okay, so in the similar way, let us work with the relational operators as well. Okay, relational operators. We know about this. This is known as a comment, single line comment. Okay, this single line comment. I'm informing to the compiler, hey compiler, don't consider this, okay, and don't validate this against the Java compilation syntaxes and all. Just please ignore. This is for user understandable, for developer understandability, for code readability. I'm adding this. Okay, that is what. So these are what arithmetic arithmetic operators. Okay, arithmetic operators. All right. So relational operators also I can directly print x greater than y. So here directly I can keep it in the bracket just to ensure that nothing is going to be wrong. Okay, x less than y. Okay, so without bracket can I keep it? Yes, you can keep it. But if you keep this in bracket, yeah, it's like more readable. Okay, so x greater than y, x less than y, x equal to y. Okay, x equal to y, x equal to y. What else we have? X not equal to y. Okay, x not equal to y, not equal to y. Then what else we have? We have less than or equal to, right? So we have less than or equal to, less than or equal to. Okay, this is x less than or equal to, x less than or equal to. Both it verifies is x less than y or x equal to y. It's going to do both the things, greater than or equal to y. So here x greater than or equals to y. Is there anything else that we have? Okay, relational operators, comparison operators. Now just execute this and see the output how it's going to be. Okay, I need to recompile it or not, because I modified the source code. I have to recompile it. Okay, so I have multiple errors where I have multiple errors. So all these are, so just keep this confusing. So them inside a bracket. As when you keep this, right, first it evaluates this. This gets higher priority, and whatever you have inside the brackets, right, it evaluates that first, and then okay, and then it does the concatenation operator. It does the concatenation operator. So that's what you have to keep them inside the bracket. Now it's compiled, right? No errors, no syntactic errors. And I execute that. Now you can see the result of it. X greater than y. What is the x value? 10. What is the y value? 20. Is it 10 greater than y? No. So that's what it is returning as false. Is x less than y? Yes, of course. True. X double equals to y, meaning that both our x and y values are same or not? Not same. Both are not same. So that is why it is returning a false. And x not equal to y, x not equal to y. So it's a negation of the above expression, right? It's opposite of a above expression. That's what it is returning to. X is less than or equal to y. It's going to be true because x value is less than y, but not equal, but it is less than, right? So if any one of them is returning true, the result is going to be true. Is less than or equal to, right? In the similar way, greater than or equal to. It is not even greater than y or not equal to y. So this is false. Okay. If you observe, all relational operators are going to return a particular type. What is that type? It's always returning either false or true. That is what Boolean type. So the point here is always your relational operators returns a Boolean type. That's what note you can make a note. Relational operators always okay evaluates to a Boolean value. Okay, either true or false. That is either true or false. Only the only possible two values are what, true or false. These are only the two values for Boolean type. Okay, hoping that you are clear till now. This one straightforward and not. I hoping that um, much explanation is not required. Okay, let me know if you have any questions or confusions around this. Are you good, Aditya? Okay, perfect. Basic operators, basics. Anyhow, all these are basics. Okay, now let me take another program. I wanted to write logical operators. Okay, logical operators. When I say logical operators, okay. So logical operators, it's all about combinations. Okay, so you should not get confused with this. We have two things here again: logical operators and bitwise operators. Okay, if you look at these two, it seems to be like pronouncing like the same. Okay, bitwise and is single ampersand, but logical and is like the double ampersand. Should not get confused. Okay, we have bitwise and logical and. I have bitwise OR and I have logical OR. Okay, I have logical bitwise OR, logical OR, bitwise and bitwise OR. Okay, and of course this there is something called bitwise exclusive OR. Okay, exclusive OR, but we don't have anything like that here. But we have logical not operator. Okay, so this what we have something for this one. Okay, so these are going to apply on bits wise. Okay, bits wise, each individual bits, ones and zeros. But if you look at here, these are going to apply on the actual uh, data, based on the data type, basically expressions. This is going to apply on expressions, this is going to apply on the numbers, on the decimals, which where it can convert into bits. Okay, binary digits, and then this is going to apply. So these are known as, okay, bitwise operators. Bitwise operators. Okay, we'll talk about them also. Bitwise operators, and these are logical operators. Logical operators. Okay, now we are talking about these logical and logical or and not. Okay, and as I said, so these are going to apply on on expressions. Okay, see for example, say for example, I wanted to, okay, I wanted to print, okay, I wanted to print, um okay, I wanted to print, and let me take some example. Okay, so I have a boolean value, okay, I have a boolean value where it says that, okay, is a new customer or existing customer. Okay, so is new customer, so I'm making this as a false, meaning that he's not a new customer. He's not a new customer. So then I just wanted to print it. Okay, if he's a new customer, if he's a new customer, then just print, okay, saying that, okay, so he's a new customer. Alright, so just customer is new. Of course, we read this from keyboard, or maybe we'll be getting this from source. But now just I'm directly giving as a false. This means hard coding Okay, this means that hard coding, but in real time what how it comes from other source, maybe from other farm, from other application, maybe user input from the keyboard. Okay, so that how somehow it is coming like that. And here I'm just using one conditional operator here. That's what conditional statement, if condition, and inside that I'm using this is a new customer. Okay, this new customer is equal to, so I can check something like this. So if the customer is a new customer, I'm just comparing here, right? I'm comparing here. So this is going to be a comparison operator, right? This is going to be a comparison operator. Is a new customer. Now I'm also going to check whether he belongs to a particular region. Okay, also wanted to check he belongs to particular region. Okay, customer region is, I'm going to define a string. So his region is, okay, his region is, okay, his region, or maybe ID. Okay, customer ID. Okay, so maybe some customer ID, some number I'm giving. Okay, now I wanted to check if a customer is a new customer and he has given the ID for all the new customer as soon as we start. Okay, we are giving some number. Then later maybe I wanted to change the ID. Okay, now so if it's a new customer and I wanted to check both. He must be a new customer. Also, he must be having the ID value as 1,000. Then only I can say customer is new. So now I'm going to combine two expressions now. I'm going to combine two expressions now. This is one expression and this is another expression. Now what is my requirement is I wanted to check whether it's a new customer and also the ID is having 1,000. Just some small example assumption. Just assume that. Okay, just assume that the new customer and also his ID is 1,000. Then only I will say customer is new. So I'm combining two expressions. This is one expression and this is another expression. So basically the logical operators are used. Okay, logical operators used to combine the expressions, different expressions that evaluates to either true or false. That is another important note. So this is one expression and this is another expression. And if you wanted to combine these two expressions using logical operators, these expressions must be evaluates to either true or false. Either true or false. So the logical operators, okay, logical operators used to combine the expressions, combine two or more expressions, right? Expressions where expression evaluates to what? Expression evaluates to true or false. Okay, true or false. So in this case, okay, his new customer is equal to true. This is the false, right? What is the value for this variable? False. False is equal to true. False, right? And id value is what? 1,000, and I'm comparing with 1,000. 1,000 equal to 1,000. This is going to true. 1,000 is equal to true. 1,000 id, what the value I have in id? 1,000. Okay, 1,000 double equals to 1,000. Comparing 1,000 with 1,000, it, yes, both are same, right? So meaning that this expression results to true. What about this? This is going to be false because I have given false. So false equal to true. That's not true, right? That's false. So false and true is going to be false. False and true is going to be false. Well, that's true, false. So now it is not going to get inside, and it doesn't print anything. Okay, it doesn't print anything. So there is a conditional operator, but yeah, we'll discuss about this anyhow. But now you don't have to worry about this syntaxes and you worry about this, understand this combinations, how the usage will be. So if it is other case, we can say here, okay, customer is existing customer. I'll say existing customer, something like, just imagine just a basic example. Okay, Now if you run this, compile it, so there are errors. Okay, string id is equal this, new customer equal true, and id equal 1000. I'm just printing this, otherwise I'm printing this. Okay, what is the error? Any extra braces? This on open brace, class level, main method level, and if level, else level. What is the error then? Okay, logical operators example. So incomparable types. Okay, incomparable types, string and integer. Come on. So id I have taken as a string, right? That is the problem. So here I'm comparing with the number, right? This is integer type. So that's another interesting point for you. Okay, always when you are comparing, as Java is strongly typed language, you have to always check whether the comparing types are comparable or not. Okay, now it's compiled. Okay, now we can execute this logical operators example. Now he's an existing customer, meaning that it is failed here. Okay, because I have given what pass. Okay, so now say for example, let me give true here. True. Okay, now true is equal to true. This is going to be true, and id 1000 equal 1000 true. True and true, both are true. If both are true, the result will be what? True, obviously. Okay, now recompile it and run it. We're going to get customer is new customer, meaning that it is printing this one, this one. In the other case, it is printing what? This one. Okay, so these logical operators we use like anything in our programming. Okay, so if you are not clear about this, we can't do anything, can't do any programming. Okay, so logical operators, this can be applied on anything. Say my number, so if id value is greater than, okay, greater than 100, so greater than 100, I can do something like this also, right? So I'm just comparing, this is one expression now, only one expression. Okay, so this is a relational operator. Okay, this is a relational operator. This evaluates to true or false. Id is 1000 greater than 1000 greater than 100, correct, right? So true, then it gets inside and it executes. Now the point what I'm trying to say here is, okay, so if it is like it's going to evaluate to true or false, again you don't have to compare that with either, okay, this is going to be true or not. You don't have to compare something like this. So you can directly use, you can just directly use this, which evaluates to either true or false, and it goes based on that. The similar way here also, this is a boolean type itself. Okay, so again I don't have to use this comparison, directly I can use this. So he is a new customer, so what it will be? True, so meaning that it is going to replace with a true, right? It's something like it's going to be true. Now if true and id equal to 1000, this is going to be true. So true and true results true, and it's a customer is new. If anything is wrong, so here if you use false, and here it's going to be false. The false and true returns false. The and operation, when you are applying and logical and on two expressions, and any one of them is returning false, then whole expression evaluates to false. Okay, the whole expression evaluates to false. Okay, that's what. Anyhow, we're not comfortable with these if else so far. So what we can do is we can directly print this system dot out dot println of. So basically we use to combine this is new customer and id is equal to 1000. Okay, so this is going to evaluate to either true or false, either true or false. Now I would want to apply OR operator here. Okay, this is known as what? Logical OR. So what it says, OR operator, if any one of these is true, if any one of these expressions is true, the result is going to be true. That's what OR case. OR, when you say OR, either this or this. When you say and, both must be evaluated to true. Okay, so this is what AND operator, and this is what OR operator. So just see that. So I'm executing it. First one is returning false, the second one is returning true. Because the first one is new customer value is false. False with anything with AND combination is going to be false. That's it. You don't have to evaluate also. So it is not going to evaluate also. As soon as it finds false and so it doesn't evaluate even, because anything whatever it is with the false combination and with the false combination is always going to be false. So this returns false, and this returns as it is a or condition. Okay, even though it is false, this could be true, so it always it is going to evaluate. So id equal 1000, so 1000 equal 1000 true, so false or true. So as it is the or case, if any one of these expressions is true, then the result is going to be true. Then the result is going to be true, right? So that is how it works. In a similar way, we have something called a not operator. Okay, logical not operator. If you look at the not operator, okay, not operator, it's a negation basically. It's a negation. So not out dot print ln. Okay. So is not a new customer. I wanted to check in that way. Then so I can apply like this simply. He is not a new customer. Just I'm checking in a reverse way. If it's not a new customer, then do something. Otherwise, do something. In that case, we can make use of this not operator. And in this case, what is my is new customer value? Is new customer value is false. And now what I'm doing is not false. Not false will be what opposite. So it's going to be true. It's going to be true. Understand? Let's compile it and see the output. You can see false, true, true. So false, true, true. This is what negation of. If you click this to true, now tell me the outputs. Is new customer is true? Okay, is new customer true, and ID is equal to 1000. What is the ID value? 1000. So ID is equal to 1000 and new customer true. So here true and true. In this case, what will be my output? True. And in this case, is new customer is returning what? True. So as it is our case, the first one itself resulting true, then so the second expression doesn't really require to evaluate, because it's our condition and first itself is true, and automatically it returns true. It doesn't evaluate the other one. You understand the point? In the AND case, if the first one is false, then it doesn't evaluate the second one. It doesn't require, because anything with false and combination is going to be false. In the OR case, if the first one is evaluated to true, then it is not going to evaluate the other condition, because with OR condition, if any one of them is written true, the result is going to be true. So it is not required to evaluate the other conditions, other expressions, if the first expression itself true. Okay. Now, so it's a negation, right? True becomes what? False. Okay. This is the output in this case. See this. True, true, and false. True, true, and false. That's how these operators works. Logical operators works. Okay, logical operators works. So the important thing that you need to note is going to combine one or more expressions or two or more expressions that evaluates to a boolean type, either true or false. So logical and, logical or, and not. So these are very very important for your programming. Uh, without if else and without these operators, okay, there is no program. There is no program in Java. You don't see any program in Java. That's what that much important things are logical operators. Okay, logical operators. So all we do is conditions only. The business logic all involves with these conditions only. Okay, so like this, the conditions. If it's a new customer, then okay. If it's a new customer, then you apply this promotion. If it's not a new customer, existing customer, you apply this particular promotion. Okay, add this, give this offer. So basically we need to combine multiple expressions to evaluate and do something on top of the result. Okay, right guys, hope this must be clear. Okay, so for example, I wanted to find out maximum of three numbers. I wanted to find out maximum of three numbers. How do you do it? Okay, how do you do it? Find max of three numbers. Okay, find max of three numbers. Just a small program. Right. So first we need three numbers, right? Let me take three numbers: x equal to 10, into y equal to 20, and into z equal to 30. I have three numbers. Now, so how do you say? X is a bigger number than y and z. Then you need to compare this x with y and z, right? You have to compare this x. Okay, x is x with y comma z, right? So you have to compare this x with y and z, right? You have to compare this. Is x greater than y and x is greater than z? Then you can say x is bigger. Otherwise, you will have to check y with y. Okay, y is greater than z, comma y is greater than x. Then you can say y is bigger one. Otherwise, so if z, you can compare z with what x. If z is bigger than x and bigger than y, then you can say z is max. Yes or no? So in these cases, you have to compare this x with this and this both, right? You have to compare with both. Then only you can say. So let me say system dot out dot println of. Okay, so I am saying that x is bigger when I can say x is bigger. That is where we need a conditional operator. So I have to say x greater than y and x greater than z. If it is x value is greater than y and x value is greater than z, then I can say x is bigger, x is max, because I'm checking with both or not. So this logical AND operator I'm using to combine the both expressions x greater than y and x greater than z, and these are like framed with the relational operators. Okay, my x value is 10, 10 greater than y value is what, 20, 10 greater than 20, false, right? So then it doesn't need to evaluate this and it comes to the other case. Okay, so what is the other case here? Okay, uh, if y, I'm checking y. Okay, just I'm assuming that okay, y is bigger, so I'm just comparing the y value with x and I'm comparing y value with z. If y is bigger than x and y is bigger than z, then I can say what, y is bigger. Then I can say what, y is bigger. In the similar way I can compare, okay, z value with the x and what, y. If my z value is greater than x and also greater than y, then I can say what, z is bigger. You understand? This is how we were going to use these logical operators. We need to combine these logical operators. We need that based on the requirements. We have to use it. Okay. Actually, when you are programming, actually you will get to know. Okay. Anyhow, so if you modify this code to make it better, okay, because we don't know about the flow controls and all, just I'm going with the basic if condition. Okay, if it's about like if this returns true, if this whole expression is true, then only it executes this, otherwise it goes to the next. If this is true, then only it will execute, otherwise it goes this, meaning that at any point of time it is going to print either this line or this line or this line. Only one statement is going to execute conditionally. So that is what conditional statements, that's what flow control, that controls the flow of execution. Okay, we'll talk about the flow controls anyhow after the operators. Okay, now run this Java C. What is that? Sorry. Find max of three numbers. We have some errors. Okay, what are those errors? I just need to add semicolon. Okay, so now just it's compiled. Now execute that. What is the max value over the Z is max value, right? So here Z is 30. So it has to say Z is bigger. That's what our expectation. Okay. So Z is bigger. That's always okay. Z is bigger. So let me say X value is 100. Now it should say what X is bigger. I have modified source code, so I'm just compiling it in and I'm executing. So what is the value? X is bigger. That's all it's going to work. So y value is 200. Now it should say what y value is bigger, right? So y is bigger. That's how it is going to work. Okay. So we can use the combinations with the relational operators, with the logical operators all together to evaluate to solve certain problems. Okay. So hope this is understandable. Logical operators importance. Basically, the importance of operators you have to understand. Okay. Logical operators, and it's just basic example to explain, okay, the logical operators along with the relational operators. Okay, right guys, hope you understand this. Okay.